Boys, if you could go anywhere in a Winnebago, where would you go?
Ooh.
Get in the Winnebago and just say, we're cruising somewhere.
So a Winnebago is like the big house vehicle, right?
Yeah. I'm using that like it's based, a huge camper, like whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm calling, all of those things.
Gotcha. I've never thought of this question before, like what my answer would be. The first thing that comes to mind for me, though, is like, I feel like the places that most people take these suck.
Right.
And now, Chris, you realize why I asked the question.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Because like if I think about like Didi, Winnebago, people take Winnebagos to nature. Didi hates nature. Like, so where would Didi take it? Like, I'm picturing Didi like taking it to a major metropolitan area, but like just camping out. So there's like stuff to do, but he could stay in his Winnebago. He doesn't have to be around nature. It's perfect.
I think two things come to mind. And one, it just so happens to be early April here, second weekend of April. And we're coming up on what should be Coachella weekend one. And that's really a tough time for some of us. So we never thought the idea of camping at Coachella, but after it being, postponed for 2 straight years, all of a sudden I'd put that back on the table. If you threw a Winnebago in front of me, I'd consider that option. Second one would be, let's drive down south and I'm just going to hit up like 15 barbecue joints in a day and probably going to need a nap in between each one of them. So it's right there, ready to roll. We just keep on churning and
Dan's gonna
some sweet Southern barbecue.
Dan's going to visit every cookout in the South.
Right.
You're allowed.
That's a good one.
You're allowed to park wide enough. Yeah, you can park the Winnebago there overnight. It's gonna be fine. It's perfect.
Right. So you know what I thought? There are 2 things. First thing I thought was, where would I take a Winnebago? To the airport. That's where I would take it. That's the first thing I thought of. But then I was like, you know what? I want to have a real answer. And it's more online. It's with what Dan was saying, because it's like, I would take it to rib festivals. Because I thought I would just take it to Rib Fest and just drive to every rib festival and just park my car, eat a bunch of ribs, and go. So like at home, there's one in Pittsburgh, there's one in Columbus, there's one all over. You're just driving around,
I love
just
it.
take your Winnebago, just park at Rib Fest, eat a bunch of pulled pork, and have yourself a time. The only problem is the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah. That's the problem there.
Yeah, that's a slight issue, but you can work around it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, a little maintenance work there that nobody wants to deal with. You guys made me think that I think something I would love to do later in life, like retired years, is like, I think it would be fun to take a Winnebago around in fall and pick like a college football game every week and like do that tailgating experience. And then like you park in the RV lot, right? So you can just tailgate and not have to worry about where you're going the next day because that's where you live. So I think that would be cool. I think it would be fun to like, and I've actually not even like making a trip out of it, but I've always thought it would be very cool to like be the person with the RV at the football tailgate. Like I've always thought that would be, that's
now, that's a good question. Is that cool to be that person, or do you want to be that person that just uses the RV? What's the bigger benefit there? Because
yeah, that's like that argument. Like everybody wants to own a boat, but you really want to be the friend of somebody that owns a boat.
Exactly.
And every time people say that to me about the boat, I want to own the boat.
That's true. I'm with you on that one. People have said that, and I've been there. I still want to be in those shoes. So maybe the ownership is fine with the Winnebago.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You two, you guys both grew up like doing stuff with boats. Like I did not. So I want to be the friend of the boat. Like, I want to be the friend of the person. I want to know somebody who owns a boat. That's why anytime Chris talks about a boat, I'm like, yes, Chris, buy a boat. Buy a boat, Chris.
Yes.
I don't care if you can afford it or not. Olivia doesn't need to go to college. Like,
Yeah.
forget it.
Now I'm understanding why people are so supportive of that for me. They just want me to be they want to be my friend, and they use my boat, but they don't have to. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, man, it's a great idea. Love it. Really,
because
it's like,
because it's like, we're still your friend. It's not like I'm not your friend. Like, you're my friend, but it's like, I'm gonna push you to make this purchase. If you ever bring it up, I'm never gonna be like, that's not fiscally responsible, Chris. Nah, never gonna do it.
No,
not
people helping people.
Yeah. But I am surprised you didn't just, like, you said football game, but I'm surprised you guys aren't doing that this year. You guys have been talking about this Tennessee trip for like a year now. And like, that would be the perfect one to do it, because it's not that far. Like, it's like, what is it? Like, probably like 8 hours, 7 hours, something like that. It's not that far.
Yeah.
And like,
reasonable. Be
kind of the perfect one to do it. So
yeah, you're right. And I tell you what, we looked at hotels and Airbnbs, and we got a place booked, but the cost of living in an SEC town on a home game day weekend is no joke. Winnebago is probably the most cost efficient, for sure.
The next closest thing, which was an option, is the houseboat, which they have along the line, the rivers there.
Yeah.
Also a very fun option.
Dan
and it was hard to pass that up. It was hard to pass up the houseboat. Amazing. That's the best of both worlds, right?
me and Dan are like pros at planning vacations now. We do it all the time. And Dan, I'm always like, Dan, here's what I found. Like, what did you find? And Dan's first link was a houseboat. And he was like, ha ha ha, I know, like, we wouldn't really do this. But I was like, yeah, but he put that link first.
Yeah. It's there for a reason.
Yeah. Nobody sends that unless they're actually like, you know what? Maybe he'll say yeah.
Throw up a shot. Throw up, see what happens.
Well, welcome to the Brunch Breakdown. It's DD out here in Los Angeles. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh, and you can find the Brunch Breakdown everywhere. Dan, tell them, where can they find it?
Everywhere, anywhere. You can find the Brunch Breakdown anywhere you find your favorite podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and yes, now on iHeartRadio. Be sure to check us out everywhere there. Episodes available for you each and every week. The full video episodes with visuals included, also available same day as the podcast episodes are released on our YouTube and Facebook pages around noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And of course, those are available on demand anytime you want to view those. And we are literally everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Triller, TikTok, and Houseboat.
Every houseboat. We're on the houseboat.
We are at
every houseboat satellite. That's us. Well, today on the show, we're going to be talking Bhad Babies turning 18 and making $1 million on OnlyFans. We're going to talk Aaron Rodgers and Jeopardy, and an interesting Jeopardy topic we'll get to here in a couple seconds. Also, we'll go into the mind of Chris Gates with a topic that I'm not going to tell you guys about. He's going to give it to us. And we'll go to Dan for Brunch Court and, of course, what we're listening to. But, let's get things started with Bruise Day. I am still on the bench next week. Oh,
man.
I'm here. Next week, I got it. I thought I'd be ready for this week, but woke up, wasn't feeling too great. So, boys, take it away for Bruise Day. What are you sipping on?
Well, this is week 2 of low-calorie beers for Chris Gates. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm actually kind of excited to try this one. Today, I have the Corona Premier.
Easy for you.
Where I didn't drink 6 of them before we started.
Chris.
2.6 grams of carbs, 90 total calories. And I have a suspicion. And when I bought the Jesus Christ, Corona,
you sure you had that
problem?
Last week it was me. Now it's you.
It's unbelievable.
Are we finding out that low calorie beers have the most
high ABV apparently?
When I bought this beer, it made me think that lime juice might be the key to making low-calorie beers, or at least this one, taste respectable. Your thoughts?
I love lime juice, so
Yeah,
I'm a big whiskey drinker, so I love lime juice. I always have lime juice at the house, so yeah.
That's interesting. I think for that one in particular, no doubt about it, because Corona needs some sort of lime. And I remember years ago when Corona introduced the Corona can, everybody's like, how in the hell am I supposed to get this lime in here? And you're like jabbing it in, trying not to cut your thumb and everything like that. Clearly, for those that can't see, Chris, this is out of a can. It's a slimmer can. So it's a little problematic with the lime wedge. So the lime juice could be the supplement it needs. And for other lighter beers, I could see how some, maybe not all, maybe not the Yingling one you did, but I think some other ones, that have more of a non-flavor, if you will, that would work pretty well. So this is the one I'd probably been most curious about to see what you think.
Yeah, so I took the first sip and it really almost is tasteless. There's not much to it at all. And then I put some lime juice in it and it started to get a little more respectable. I feel like, if you're really trying to conserve calories, but you also want to crush beers, that just, so we're on the same page. Those two things don't go together very well, but that might be the way to go. Maybe get yourself a Corona Premier and then add some limes or some lime juice to it. So this one's fine. I actually probably would rank the Yingling Flight ahead of it just because the Yingling Flight had some taste to it. This one is almost tasteless without lime juice.
We need active power rankings like that each and every week as you add one to the table. And I know we had some friends suggest some other ones for you there. So hopefully you'll have enough to round you out. So there you go. Very interesting. The Corona Premier. Yeah. Well, with that being said, indeed, I was really hoping you'd be able to join us back on Brews Day here today, in particular, because, gentlemen, today is National Beer Day. It's National Beer Day. An unfortunate time to not be able to celebrate in the fullest, but I will do my very best and introduce, I think, another brewery I have yet to feature on Brews Day. So that streak is staying alive. This one is Old Thunder Brewing Company. And shouts to friend of the program, Tyler. Telling you what, boys, he hooked it up again. I'm keeping it classic, rather classic here today. This is their permanent visitor. It's an American IPA. The hops are pretty subtle, and it's super smooth, citrusy. They brew it with some passion fruit and some peaches to kind of get you those flavors as well. But this is a relatively new brewery in the Pittsburgh area. They're down in Blawnox, actually, boys. You know Blawnox real well. Old Thunder. I've had a couple of them so far from their brewery, and this is definitely my favorite. It's a 7.2, but I can tell you it does not drink like that, and can be an issue. But yeah, the permanent visitor from Old Thunder, very, very smooth for people that are scared of IPAs because of hops and things like that. I think this is much more tolerable for anybody fearful in that category, but keeping it classic with a good old American IPA for you here today on National Brews Day.
Nice. Beautiful. Well, cheers, boys.
Cheers indeed.
Can't believe I'm missing out on, dang it. I got to get that off my chest. I'm very annoyed by my situation.
Well, you know how this works at school. Like if you're 5 minutes late, you have to stay 5 minutes after class. You miss 3 brews days, so you have to drink 3 beers next week.
Amazing, Chris. Amazing. Yes.
I'm just introduced. It's going to be all me on Brews Day next week. It's just going to be me introducing everyone.
Dini with a funnel, and while Dan's talking, he just,
right.
It'd be great.
It's going to be shotgun and Corona Premier. Why is that so hard to say?
Right? There's a lot of in it, and it's confusing. Yeah. Try saying it after you've had 10 Corona Premiers.
There you go.
Corona Premier. All right, boys. Well, I will get things off my chest first. I know that fashion all comes around, it all comes back around. There's not so much, there's only so much you can do with a t-shirt, only so much you can do with pants. But I see a disturbing trend as I was just like doing some random window shopping online. I'm seeing that cargo pants and cargo shorts are back.
No.
Oh yeah. You go on any site where you go to find, shorts, pants, whatever, you will see cargo shorts and pants. And I'm here to tell the youth right now, Gen Z, I love you. I love Gen Z. I love you guys. Don't wear cargo pants. Don't do it. There's some things that like they come back and you're like, oh, that's cool to see that come back. The big Tommy Hilfiger logo, some other things. Fubu's making a comeback, some cool stuff. It's like, that's cool. Like people remember that stuff. But cargo pants, nope. Gen Z, don't do it. It's a bad look. We all wore them. We all did it. But cargo pants and cargo shorts need to just stay in the lost and found. Get them out. Had to get that off my chest.
I don't think they ever went away long enough for them to be making a comeback. Like we need a little bit of time.
Yeah, like a couple of decades.
Yeah.
Right? Like long time.
Yeah.
It's cyclical, but that's not enough of a cycle to bring something that horrible back. Let me emphasize what you said even more, Didi. I am begging people not to do this. Oh, man. Again, you hate to be old person that's been there before, but we've been there before. Trust me, trust us. Just don't. And it's way too soon. Way too soon.
The funny thing is now too, like when cargo pants were a thing, when I don't know, we were in like middle school and high school, that's when they were a thing. Like we had a lot of shit to carry. But now like
it's all right there.
It's just your phone.
Wallet, phone.
Wow,
that's
yeah,
all
you got
in
the
one
wallet.
too.
Yeah, it's all one.
It's all there.
I got my everything in my phone. What are we doing with all of this extra cargo space? I mean, if it's just for the look, then that's come on.
Even dumber.
Yeah. It's really dumb. Yeah, I just remember like there was nothing because cargo pants really need to go away, but cargo shorts stayed around for a longer time. But now that we don't have them, it's just everyone looks a little bit cleaner, Yes. No, you don't need the big pockets on the side of your pants. Like why we all thought that was okay. Just having regular shorts. It's okay. We don't need big things on the side of our pants, on the side of our legs. We just don't need it. So yeah, had to get that off my chest because I just saw a trend as I was, doing some, looking around and I'm like, oh no, I got to say something. I got to stop at least one person out there from buying cargo pants.
Well, we thank you for using this platform for that. And yeah, emphasize that message very seriously. Oh, I will. I'm going to try just to not go there. It really makes me upset. It's National Beer Day. I'm really upset now.
Chris, get it off your chest.
I kind of have a pick two situation here, guys, and I want you to tell me which topic I should dive into.
I like it.
One of them is holiday related, and one of them is baseball related.
Holiday. Not even close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then baseball's coming next week because
you'll have time for baseball.
I got some stuff to say.
Yeah, we've got all the way till October for baseball. I'm right. Good.
Oh yeah. Okay, then my get it off my chest is an opinion, but also a question. I having just celebrated Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. It occurred to me that I'm pretty sure Easter brunch is the best holiday brunch. Your thoughts?
Oh boy. Fascinating question.
I feel like of all the holidays, like you have Thanksgiving dinner, you have Christmas dinner, you have, I don't know what else. You have like cookouts for 4th of July and stuff like that, right? But like very regularly, Easter revolves around the brunch, either like after church, before church, something like that. So I think I'm confident in that Easter brunch is the best holiday brunch.
And I think you're correct. I never thought about it before until just now. Because the first thing I thought of, because you guys know 4th of July is my favorite holiday. And I was like, wait, 4th of July is not like a brunch situation. You go to someone else's house without cargo shorts on, and you just eat hot dogs and hamburgers. Yeah. Christmas isn't that. Yeah. Easter's almost like a you eat early holiday. It's not I feel like it's not an eat all day holiday like the rest of them, because that's how I think of Christmas and Thanksgiving. I just think of it as like wherever you go to multiple houses, or you go to house early and you're just there, or people come to your house. But yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like a good Labor Day brunch. It's really killer. That's a strong one. But there really aren't any. Like, yeah, we've had, Christmas brunch, but it's more focused on dinner, and call it brunch what you will. It's really not necessarily focused around that. And the only other one that I could really come up with is like New Year's Day brunch, but I don't think there's not a ton of tradition around that, right? I don't really think there's a ton of tradition like around that. And some places aren't even open. Yeah, right. So yeah, I think Easter is, since it's always on a Sunday naturally, and you can kick things off by going to church early or whatever it is and go right into brunch. It's the natural progression that it's the GOAT of the brunch major holidays. Yeah.
I think you either go to church and then come back and have Easter brunch, or you go to church later in the day, but you wake up, kids do like the Easter egg thing, and then you have brunch. So like one way or another, brunch is involved. And so, hey, even if you don't celebrate Easter, you're welcome at the table for this annual celebration of brunch. So if you don't celebrate Easter, you can celebrate brunch, and everybody should have brunch every Easter.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah. And Easter brunch is like, all right, because hey, whatever you do for your holidays, however your family is, that's fine. But like when someone says they're going out to eat for Christmas and Thanksgiving, you kind of like, if you don't look at them, you think it in your head like, that's a little weird. But like Easter, if people are like, I'm going out to eat for Easter, you're just like, oh, okay, that's sweet. I'm going here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't really, if whoever doesn't cook for Easter, you're like, oh, that's fine. I'm good with it. But like Christmas, Thanksgiving, those other, you're like, yeah, no, like you don't go out to eat for the 4th of July. What are you doing?
Right.
Like, I love that.
Yeah. Interesting
Easter.
one there, Chris.
Well, it's
Good one.
Easter
I like
brunch.
it.
Easter brunch it is.
Damn.
Well, boys, to get off my chest this week, it may be what should have been Coachella weekend, but it's WrestleMania weekend, boys. It's a Wrestle freaking Mania weekend, right? Not day, weekend, 2 days. Okay. So we went through this last year with WWE. They managed to pull off a very weird 2-night WrestleMania in their little performance center with no fans. It was very awkward. Since then, they've been in front of video screens in these arenas. This one arena, they just stay there, and it's a digital crowd. They have people on the screens, whatever, but no live people there. For the first time in over a year, and for the first time in 2 years, we're going to have WrestleMania in front of people at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. I am so now limited people. Of course, we all saw what the Super Bowl looked like, probably similar to that, but WrestleMania 37, a 2-night event this weekend. Saturday night starting at 7:00. Sunday night also starting at 7:00. For those of you that are interested, this isn't like the old days of pay-per-view prices, $60 to watch WrestleMania. No. If you have Comcast or any of its partners, you have Peacock. And even if you don't, you have access to Peacock. WrestleMania is free on Peacock. Both nights. It's free if you have Peacock. So you can check out WrestleMania that way. Or head over to the WWE Network for $9.99 a month and you get WrestleMania for free. And there you go. Just like that.
Use discount code Steel City Dan.
Right.
What's going on here?
This isn't ESPN Plus where you pay for the right to ESPN Plus and then have to pay for the UFC pay-per-view on top of that at a discounted rate. No. WWE is doing you some favors. We have a stacked card this weekend. This is going to be absolutely incredible. This isn't watered down WrestleMania because it's 2 nights. It's jam-packed each night. You had the WWE Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre on Saturday night. You have the Universal Championship Sunday night, the match that could steal the show. Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan versus Edge. Yes, I said Edge. Yes, that Edge that wrestled like 20 years ago. Yes, he's back after being retired. Randy Orton versus The Fiend. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google that and you'll see some images that'll freak you out and be enough reason to tune in. More title matches. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Those 2 women are going to take down the house on Saturday. But looking for something that can relate to people a little bit more, maybe they're not recognizing some of these names. Here's a couple of names for you. On Saturday night, there will be a tag team match. John Morrison teams up with his partner, The Miz, which people are familiar with The Miz from the real world and Miz and Mrs. on USA Network and movies and everything like that. Go up against the team of newly called to the main roster, Damian Priest, and Grammy award-winning artist, Bad Bunny. I wish I was joking. Bad Bunny is teaming up with a wrestler to wrestle at WrestleMania versus The Miz and his partner, John Morrison. Bad Bunny's been on TV for a number of weeks. He's jumped a couple of times off of some high places, but apparently he's been working in the ring and he's going to give it a go. And they're going to have a championship, or they're going to have a match. I'm sorry. I keep saying championship match. It better not be a championship match. A tag team match at WrestleMania on Saturday night. It's going to be a disaster. They're probably going to win because celebrities always win when it comes to wrestling, but a very interesting little tidbit. If you want to see Bad Bunny, probably embarrass himself and maybe get hurt at WrestleMania, tune in this Saturday on Peacock or the WWE Network for WrestleMania. I can't wait.
That was the first commercial in the history of the Brunch Breakdown.
I don't know. Yeah, I just had to Google Bad Bunny. I didn't know who that was. Puerto Rican rapper Bad Bunny. Is that who we're talking about?
That's
what his Wikipedia says. This is kind of related to what you just said, Dan, but today I learned that Roman Reigns was actually like an all-American defensive lineman at Georgia Tech.
That's true. He was solid.
Joe Anoa'i. I don't know how to say his name. But I learned that today.
Yeah, he was solid. He was a solid guy. When his cousin is The Rock. Both have a kind of a very similar history in being rather successful college athletes in football and being at the top of the game in WWE. Speaking of commercials, if you want to get a full breakdown of each and every one of those matches, head over to our buddy, the Legend Status podcast. We just dropped a WrestleMania preview. We have 2 episodes left of Tap Rooms and Tap Outs covering WrestleMania. Our last one's next week for the full recap. But if you really want to dive in, head over there, check that out at Legend Status Podcast. But boys, it's WrestleMania weekend. We're going to do WrestleMania. We always have WrestleMania brunch. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. I can't wait.
We're putting some Bad Bunny on the playlist because, Chris, you need to know. You know who Bad Bunny is. You just don't know who Bad Bunny is. That's honestly the truth.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
I feel like that's the truth with a lot of the people that we bring up on the podcast. I think I have not heard of them, but I have. I just didn't know who they were. Yeah.
We're definitely throwing some Bad Bunny on the playlist. All right. Well, that was Get It Off Your Chest. And let's get into the main course, boys, which is not WrestleMania, surprisingly, because Dan just, we're on a time crunch because of Dan today. And Dan spent like 10 minutes talking about WrestleMania. So let's get to the main course. All right. Bhad Bhabie.
Bad Bunny.
You are talking about WrestleMania. You said, dude, I literally thought that's who it was. I thought that girl was going to be at WrestleMania. That's why I had to Google it. I didn't know.
Bhad Bhabie versus The Miz. Let's go.
Bhad Bhabie versus Bad Bunny steel cage match. Let's go. The rap battle to end all rap battles.
That's it.
I mean, I would watch that. Like, if she was on a tag team, if she was on the other tag team, I'd be in.
Yeah.
Like, do they still do Survivor Series?
Oh yeah.
Let's get like a team of all like the bads on one. There's got to be some other bad people. Let's get that. Let's make that happen.
I like it.
Well, anyways, Bhad Bhabie, otherwise known as Danielle Bregoli, otherwise known as Cash Me Outside Girl. Well, that happened 5 years ago, and she's now 18. And nothing says turning 18 like making an OnlyFans account and making $1 million in subscriptions in 6 hours. 6 hours. She made $1 million. Yeah. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, right. What words to use? That's pretty unbelievable. In 6 hours, and she showed some screenshots and proof, and somebody backed it up that she certainly did do that, like just after she turned 18. Like, holy cow, that's impressive? Question mark. I mean, I don't know. That's she not making enough money from her rapping career? I guess not. She thought that was the way to go. Fascinating. Yeah. What a fascinating world that we live in.
Yeah.
I would have told you 5 years ago that girl is going to make $1 million in 6 hours. The minute she turns 18, you'd have been like, how is that going to happen? Besides something in person and live. But no. Here we are.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be like hateful towards anybody. How do you like that setup?
That's good. Yeah.
Here we go.
But
like the three of us work pretty damn hard at what we do. And it just doesn't sit right with me that somebody can make that much money that quickly, more or less because they had an extremely embarrassing moment on TV 5 years ago that like set them up to be successful for life. I don't know, like good for her. But I don't feel great about it.
You know what I thought about when I saw that like it was that she did this? It just made me think of like how different like TV is, how different like entertainment is now, but it's still kind of the same. Because she got famous and signed a rap deal and all this stuff, and has basically been, you know, sort of famous for like the last like 5 years is because of Cash Me Outside. That's like no different than like got any cheese or you got it, dude, or like any other catchphrase that we've heard and things. So it's like, it's weird because things are so different because like, yeah, she was on Dr. Phil because she was like a bad teenager or whatever it was, but like, it's still kind of the same stuff, even though it's like a little different.
And first of all, shouldn't there be some sort of finder's fee or something for Dr. Phil or the producers that actually booked them for the show, that she's making all this money now? And it would have never happened if they would have never got the clearance to be on that show. And if she would have said something like, why don't you meet me outside, or why don't you meet me out back? That's not going viral, right? It's, I want you cash me outside. Okay. And it was just like, boom. And it was hilarious and amazing. The video is still great. Embarrassing. Agree with what you said, Chris, but because of those little things lining up, this is the result of it. This is the result. This is really, talk about the butterfly effect. This really has the, one thing has that huge impact, and here we are.
Like, it makes me think how like the three of us have been talking about for years, how we just we want that one idea that's like super cheap to make, but you can mass produce it. Everybody wants it. Have one idea, sell it, and then live life, right? You make all that money and, at the end of the day, we should have just tried to get on Dr. Phil, apparently. Why was she on Dr. Phil? What was the topic? Do you guys remember?
It was just hidden episode that he does all the time with just like teenagers that are like crazy,
out of control
teens. And Yeah, and she was just on there being an out of control teen.
Clearly.
Yeah.
She still technically is, ladies and gentlemen, even though she's 18.
That's true. She's still, and
now she has millions of dollars.
Yes.
Well, it's about to get real good now.
Yeah, that's gonna
Might
about
calm
to get
down
real
now,
out
I
of
don't think
control.
so.
Yeah, and it's not that she didn't have money before this. And the funny thing about like OnlyFans is like this site where, people do a bunch of different things, explicit things, but she has nothing explicit on hers.
Really?
That's another interesting thing about this whole her making $1 million. There's just a lot of creepers who had their like countdown clock, like waiting for her to turn 18. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh man, she's on OnlyFans, and she has nothing on there apparently that's anything like racy at all, like nothing.
Wow.
Because it's like she's a pretty girl, she has pictures like whatever, but it's just she doesn't have anything that's explicit that like people know of on OnlyFans. So it's weird. There's it made me think too of like a bunch of there's a lot of creepers out there.
Yeah, like some of them could throw some money our way, not for the creepy version of it, but like if you're willing to just spend that money, obviously willy-nilly, like you don't really know what you're gonna get, and you just whatever for some weird feet pics, you weirdos. Like send it to the Brunch Breakdown.
Sponsor the Brunch Breakdown, because you never know what we're gonna talk about each week. There you go.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, there's your surprise.
Yeah, it's just weird to be like, I'm gonna do that when you can just go on Instagram and find sort of racy pictures, or any social media and find that. So but she made a bunch of money. Hey, shouts to her, I guess.
I feel like she made a running joke and like plugged this what she was going to jump on this site, right? She it was like a running joke, and she plugged it, and then people were like, yeah, I'll throw $10 at it because I think this is hilarious. And if you get enough people to throw $10 at something, you're a millionaire.
Damn. Wow. We need to find some people to throw $10 at something. Something.
Seriously.
$10.
Like a tenth of those people, $10. And a tenth of the amount of people that did that would be impactful for us.
God.
We don't even need all of them.
We could buy a Winnebago.
All right. Well, let's go to our next topic, boys. Aaron Rodgers is hosting Jeopardy. Before we get to our main topic here, have you watched it?
A clip.
Yeah, I've seen a short clip of it, but I'm very intrigued to see a more full episode because I wasn't satisfied.
Well, he's on for 2 weeks.
I saw the clip of I think one of the contestants asked him who actually chose to kick the field goal in their playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
He just kind of smiled at it.
Yeah.
He's
which
like,
was
that's
very
a good question.
funny. Yeah.
Yes. It was very funny. But in that clip, because I was like, oh, that's funny, but is that how he is the whole time? So I watched last night. It's not good, man. He's really like that the whole time. He's not good at this. I think he's trying to do like something, like he's trying to do the dry sense of humor type deal. And it's not working for me. I don't know. It just seems like he's bored.
Yeah, when I saw that from the clip, that's kind of a bummer to hear that he is that way the whole time, because I thought the same thing, hoping he's got a little bit more energy. I mean, you don't want to go out there shouting and screaming for Jeopardy, but you got bring a little bit of energy to the table to make yourself stand out. If nobody knew who that was, they'd be like, this guy sucks, right? And maybe, I don't know if it's nerves, because I know he's a big nerd. And his fiance, Shailene Woodley, said that. She's like, I didn't even know he was a football player. He was just a nerd that wants to host Jeopardy. And here he is, and he's not even doing a great job of it. You hear him on interviews before, and he can be insightful and stuff like that, but get a little more oomph to it. So doesn't seem like he's going to, I guess he'd like to be considered to do it full time, right? That's at least been mentioned that he'd like to, but it certainly doesn't seem like he's got the personality to do it.
I have never liked Aaron Rodgers' personality. Like it has never sat well with me. It's a consistent topic of conversation here at the Gates household with my wife.
I would imagine,
growing up in Wisconsin.
Spicy.
I don't know. There's always just been something about him, and like I feel like it was personified in that clip where he just kind of like smiles and like turns his head and doesn't really say anything of substance. And I feel like that's the majority of what he provides all the time. So I don't know why he was chosen to do this in the first place. I don't find him to be a charismatic personality. Like, I don't think he has that personality that like everybody wants more of. You know what I mean? And also, like, I don't remember who said it, but I don't think everybody knows who Aaron Rodgers is. I think if I went to my parents and said like Aaron Rodgers is hosting Jeopardy, they would ask me who he is. But if I said Tom Brady was hosting Jeopardy, they would know who that is, or Peyton Manning. Like, you know, like he won one Super Bowl 12 years ago, and he's in Wisconsin in like a really small town with no media exposure and doesn't really end up anywhere else. I don't know. I didn't get this whole thing of like why it happened. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there are other athletes I'd rather see host Jeopardy.
Damn, you hate Aaron Rodgers.
Wow, there was.
I just don't get it. Like, I really don't. Would you, if you had to, this is like totally going to change the topic of what we intended to talk about here. But if you had to handpick like 5 to 10 professional athletes to host Jeopardy, would he even be in the top 10?
Okay, here's the thing with this though, right? It's like, I don't want, because Jeopardy's about the contestants, right? So I don't want like I don't want Deion Sanders hosting Jeopardy, because then people will answer like they'll get to like one category on the board and that's it. Like, people answer 5 questions. So just talk the whole time. So you want somebody who's like not the most charismatic, but somebody who's doing more than him.
More than what Aaron's doing. Yeah, I agree. That's the point. You want somebody that's kind of stable and steady, but also I think the reason he's doing it is because he wants to, and he's advocated for it. He's a huge nerd, and he loves that type of stuff. He wasn't necessarily picked for any other reason except he wants to do it. And apparently, if he wanted to, they've looked into it, and he could do it. It only takes 50 days a year to record Jeopardy. So 10 weeks in the off season, he could do it. But now that the episodes are coming out and everybody's saying, oh, he's not getting any better, never mind. We're going to roll with some like LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
He wants to host Jeopardy. And I think that's your guy. I would love to see that. But yeah, you do need somebody where they highlight the contestants, but you got to find that right balance. But Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't even have really a good voice for something like this. It just sounds a little, I don't know, kind of grumbly. We need a little bit more coming from a host of Jeopardy.
Yeah, I also don't really watch Jeopardy, so I guess I don't know like what the dynamic is, but like he wouldn't even be my top nerdy quarterback that I would choose. And there aren't a lot of nerdy quarterbacks, but like I think it would be more entertaining to like watch Andrew Luck host Jeopardy than because at least he has like some
daily double.
Like, have you heard Andrew Luck talk?
He's like, when I see Andrew Luck interviewed, he's like, I feel like he like knows he's nerdy and like almost makes fun of himself in the process of like answering questions about stuff like that. Whereas like Aaron Rodgers tries to play it cool. I don't know. I did the whole the placement there just confuses me.
To your point earlier, that I don't know how many people would know who he was either. They would just, maybe your parents are tuning into Jeopardy one day and they're like, who's that unshaven man with that nasally voice hosting Jeopardy all of a sudden?
Well, you're all right. That's for 300. Let's go.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. It's 0 for 1 so far. For athletes hosting Jeopardy.
Yeah. If Sierra comes, Russell Wilson can do it. Like, if she's if she's just like performing like off to the side.
Yeah, like more Vanna than Vanna. You need a little bit more like
just
remix that song and have Sierra do something.
And she's dancing every episode.
That now.
I'm in. You know what I mean? She can sing a little. I'm in for that. Like, turn the Jeopardy anthem into goodies for a couple weeks. I'm down. Like, let's go. Why not? Like, let's do
what
it.
are my goodies?
So yeah, Russell Wilson. There's your answer, Chris. Russell Wilson with Sierra.
That works.
All right. But who would you want to go, if you were going to be on Jeopardy, who would you want to go up against? Celebrity, athlete, who would you want to go up against? Chris, you go because you brought this up.
Yeah, I was thinking about this specifically with athletes. And for whatever reason, the first athlete that came to mind was T.O.
Oh,
Okay.
Because I feel like if he was getting answers right, he would come there with prepared celebrations that would be hilarious to watch. Like, I feel like he would really get into it, which would be cool. Also, if things go bad, he might cry. So that's cool.
1,000%.
And then I also think that I would like to have Michael Jordan there because he's so damn competitive. And if I could beat him, I want to see how he reacts.
interesting.
So those were the two that I chose.
Okay.
All right, I got a couple. First one I'm going to go with is Jay Cutler, because talk about guys that literally could not give less of a shit. And I'd have a pretty good chance up against because I don't think he'd be given a whole lot of intelligent answers. He'd be over there with his pack of Marlboros or something like that. Jay Cutler. So I was really thinking of this selfishly, like, how am I going to win? Who am I going to beat? I would beat Jay Cutler. Another one is our boy, friend of the program, Juice, OJ Simpson. I don't think he'd be focused
What's up,
at
Jeopardy?
all. I think. Yeah, what up, Jeopardy? What up, Jeopardy? You got the juice. That would be the question to everything.
What is?
What is me? I think I'd be able to take him down. I think he wouldn't be focused enough. I think it'd be funny. I think he'd be asking questions like that and more focused on his Twitter. What up, Twitter? Taking down OJ.
I would want to go up against Kyrie Irving and Kanye West.
Jesus.
Here's why. Because all I have to do is really answer a couple of questions right. Because
Yes.
I don't think they could give the answer in the time frame that you have to give the answer. Because you have like a few seconds. Like, I don't know exactly how long. It's less than 10 seconds you have to answer the question or to give the question or whatever. And like, they could not do that with any answer. They would have to explain to you more about why this is the correct answer, and they'd eventually get to it, but then boop, boop, and then I would just answer that correctly because I heard them say it 10 minutes ago.
Or if they like have to write the answer and they like run out of screen space in terms of like, figuring out what their answer is.
Yeah. Because Kanye's will be a symbol. Like, Kyrie might not even show up for the last round because he just feels like leaving. He's just like, oh, had to go.
Right.
I feel like I could beat both of them.
Those are amazing. Those are two amazing picks. Wow.
Oh, Jeopardy. Just LeVar Burton or Russell Wilson. That's the consensus here.
Yeah.
Shouts to Aaron Rodgers, I think. Oh, by the way, Google Aaron Rodgers Malibu house when you have a chance, because holy crap.
Silly.
Yeah. And it goes kind of well into our next topic, which is in the mind of Chris Gates. And Chris, why were you talking to us about swim up bars this week?
I just think about Vegas a lot. That's really the only good answer I have for you. And like Dan said earlier, it's in Pittsburgh. It's actually feeling like summer, which is cool. Like 80 degrees all the time. I don't know where that came from. It's not normally how it is. So I bought Corona Premier. Like, a lot of things were happening this week where I was thinking about summer, being at places, enjoying drinks that I haven't been to in a long time. And swim up bars are a thing, right? And I was thinking about like funny swim up bars, like just random shit. And then like, oh, what would be the ideal swim up bar for me? And so then I texted you.
That's beautiful. What would you make a swim up bar?
So my mind went to like pre-existing establishments. So like, not like create your own. We're not a Build-A-Bear here. Okay. Like,
oh, there's one.
That's a good one.
What teddy bears? You guys get
Did you read the sign? Oh, that's so good. Yeah, so like bars or restaurants that already exist. And I was thinking, like, the first thing that came to mind was how funny would it be if like there was an Applebee's swim up bar? I would go to that. I would legit go to that just to be able to say I did.
It reminds me of Vegas too. It reminds me of Vegas because like there's a Hooters in Vegas, and the Hooters in Vegas is like really cool. And there's a huge pool there, and there's a swim up bar at the Hooters in Vegas.
Wow.
There you go.
Of course there is.
And when you said this, that's like literally where my mind went. And it also went to like there being a swim up bar at like Target.
Oh. Oh gosh. Why? That water would smell so bad. And I don't mean just from the people. Walk into a Target and tell me it doesn't smell weird in there. Anyone. Literally anyone.
Don't ruin Target for me, because someone told me that about like TJ Maxx, and now every time I go into TJ Maxx, I swear I smell something. But like, I don't know if I actually do or not, but I hope I don't remember that.
Oh,
don't ruin that for
it's
people.
Bad. It's like, oh, popcorn, oh, coffee, oh, stank. Like that's basically walking through a Target as you pass through basically the concession stand there before you enter. Mine went to the idea of like a sports bar, swim up sports bar, where whether it's like a B-dubs, a situation like that, where you've got the multiple screens and able to watch the games, or a shout out to R.I.P. Damon's, the old Damon's,
Damon's.
Like a Damon's swim up bar.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to Damon's. You just dial the knob, whatever you want to listen to there. And that oddly kind of ties into Vegas. Going back to Vegas, they have stadium swim at Circa. Didi, you sent this to us months ago.
Yeah.
It's this incredible, basically it's not swim up, but you have the ability to lounge out in cabanas or in the water with these huge screens there. And you do obviously have bar service. So an idea of that's the next best thing is stadium swim at Circa. So give me something like that, be able to swim up, watch a couple games, have a couple Corona premieres, and call it a nice little day there.
Yeah, that's where I landed, Dan, was like a B-dubs type of deal. Because I would love to like watch a game at a swim up pool bar. That's not something I've ever done. And like the food's good, so I would be able to eat the food too. Like, I don't know. I feel like that'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see I don't know how much of the NCAA tournament you watched, but did you see any of like the cutaway shot? They were like going to Las Vegas sometimes and showing that place specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one, coronavirus does not exist in Vegas. So if you're going, like, just letting you know, doesn't exist, because that place was packed from the top to bottom, because it looks just like a stadium, and there's just like pools on every level, and it's just huge screens, and it looked incredible,
Yeah.
So in like, not long from now, that place will look very appealing to me, but on like March 25th, it did not seem that great to me. I was like, oh, that's a lot.
Ooh.
That's a lot. But I mean, but the main thing is it looked like even cooler than, because I sent you guys like just like the blank things, because it wasn't even open yet.
Right.
It was supposed to open in October, but coronavirus or whatever. But like just seeing it packed like that did look like, whoa, gotta go here.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Google it. All listeners, stadium swim at Circa in Vegas. We'll save a cabana for you.
Oh man. All right.
Where else? Any other ideas? Chris?
B-dub.
No.
Wait, can I say something about B-dubs?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you going to eat wings?
No, I thought about that because like,
Ooh.
you can just wipe your fingers off in the water. Your fingers are immediately clean afterwards.
Ew. What?
Christopher?
In like the pool water?
I'm not saying in between bites, okay? I'm saying at the end, like you just wash your hands in the water and you're good to go.
Christopher.
What?
This is not a good plan.
No, you're like, oh, then you're just gonna be constantly swimming in like garlicky, hot peppers, buffalo, spicy water. That stuff doesn't dissolve super easily.
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm into secrets a bunch. Like it just doesn't faze me. Like
That's true, right there. That's all in there, right?
And normally
Right
at a
there.
swim up bar, you're only like what knee deep at worst.
Here's the danger. If someone's rocking some boneless nugs and one of those sumbitches gets loosened in the water, just imagine, use your brain. What does that look like just floating in the water there?
Is that from like, was that Caddyshack when they did that, or what is floating, or Animal House, whatever? You have like an Animal House situation.
Yeah, or it's like a
Yes.
Snickers or something like
Yes.
that too. But it's the same, along the same lines of just a little whatever uneven chicken tendy rolling through and be like, "Wah!"
Not good.
Clears out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one way to clear out the pool bar real quick.
Especially if you washed your hands in the water, then there's a brown streaks behind it. I mean, come on, we gotta keep it clean there.
Oh man, do we have to outlaw barbecue? Because if it's like
Right.
if it's barbecue, that's
No
where
brown
it's gonna
sauces
look
here.
weird.
Sorry.
Yeah. There's only red sauces.
Only
here.
dry
That's
rubs.
it. Yeah.
I thought of somewhere like a Mad Mex where, getting a good margarita, something like that in pool setting, if some light guac, things like that. I think that some poolside guac would be fantastic. Mad Mex swim up bar.
Nice.
Yeah. I think like you get to a point where like you can't have heavy food in this situation. It's not
No.
gonna work. It's not gonna work. So limited menu, tropical drinks, and that would be great if like it could be a swim up bar where like you had the little Damon's thing, because like when you're outside at a bar, it's that much harder to hear whatever the hell is going on in the game that you're watching.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would like to be at one of those.
My last one isn't the idea of a swim up bar, but it's creating a swim up bar at this location, just an extension of the restaurant. We've all been there. Didi, you know it better than both of us. Bring me back to Venice. Take me on the beach. Take me to the Venice Whaler. Make that thing a swim up bar with, like it's just the water going right, and it almost just bleeds right out into the beach. You've got amazing fish tacos. That's one of my favorite places in the world. Oh, the Venice Whaler. If you could just infinity pool or something right up there, right up top on that second level, that would be beautiful.
The Venezuela needs like a lazy river.
Just all around it just needs to be submerged in water.
And like maybe it goes out into the beach a little bit, so you're like, oh, just like slowly cruising by the ocean, and you come back.
See, and that project, $2 million, but Bhad Bhabie is over here getting $1 million in 6 hours. See, we just need to fund those things in the right direction, people. Come on.
We will start collecting $10 a person to make this happen.
I was down by the Venice Whaler this week, and like I drove like down near it, and I was like, man, I miss the Whaler. I'm starting to realize, like, now that things are opening up, how many things I miss. All the things that I miss right now, like all the places that I used to go to, and I haven't. And then like you think about it, and like I haven't been to this place in like a year and a half. It's kind of crazy.
I saw that California is like the economy's opening up in June, like full
June 15th is the word on the streets, which has my wife freaking out. So
does that mean like,
so
is that just like bars and restaurants and stuff, or is that like anything people can go
it's
to?
Basically everything. It's like, seems like the whole state will be wide open, and there will be still mask use, but like everything will be open. So I'm wondering with just that, saying that, how they're going to get people to still wear masks. And, I don't know. So I guess we'll find out more in the coming months, but they're saying June 15th, we're going to be wide open, because now anybody can be vaccinated wherever you go. Everybody can get it. And I think that's what they're saying. They're just on this fast track with vaccines, and everywhere is open, and it's like, okay. So June 15th.
Oh.
Open for business.
Wow.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. I don't know. I just don't feel like you needed to say all that at one time.
Right.
I don't know. I just don't think you needed to say all that at one time. I think you could have slowly said that, because now they're like getting rid of all the colored tiers or whatever. Every state has a different thing, whether it's a letter or a color or whatever. So they're getting rid of those. And yeah. And now people are like, now all these people who were like moving away from LA to like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm moving. I'm just going to go live in my parents' house and save for rent. Now everyone is like freaking out because they're all like, my boss just said I got to be back by June 15th. So yeah.
Wow.
A lot going on. Whew. Well, boys, let's get into Brunch Court before we go to what we're listening to. Dan, what do you got for us on I feel like this is the most popular segment in the Brunch Breakdown history. Is people love Brunch Court, man. They want more Brunch Court.
We're giving it to them. Yeah, and we're giving it to them. We've got really a pair of items that are going to be side by side here today that we're going to take to Brunch Court from the good people at Heinz, Kraft Heinz. I think it's been a couple of years now. They started doing these like mixing combo sauces and things like that have been really interesting. And some of them sound really nasty, but they've got two brand new ones for us this summer. And we're going to break down here for you on Brunch Court today. The first one up is sweet catch chili. So that's a combination of ketchup and sweet chili sauce. If you're watching it, you can see it here now. It's the real deal. Sweet catch chili, sweet chili sauce, and ketchup mixed into one. Boys, how are you ruling on sweet catch chili from Heinz?
Is the point of this to like chili dog without the chili?
No, I was trying to think. I don't know what you use this for, because like with sweet chili stuff, that's more of a chicken, a taco type of thing. I don't know what you're mixing it with ketchup for, though.
Is it just to make it hotter? Like, is it make it like just make a spicy ketchup?
They have spicy ketchup.
I don't know. It's gonna be a little sweet and just like a little bit of spice to mix it together, because like sweet chili sauce you can't get too crazy with. So this almost makes it more of a condiment. You can cook with sweet chili sauce and you can use it a little bit here and there, but I think this makes it more of a condiment. But I don't know if tomatoes and ketchup is the right combination. I really honestly can't think of what you would use this for, but it's going to have some sweetness and a little bit of a spice, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I just don't. It's one of those things where someone would have to like at a cookout that Memorial Day is coming up. Someone would have to have that. I've watched them eat it. They're like, oh, this is fire. Then I would go try it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm buying this thing without watching somebody that I trust test this thing out. Because it might just mess up your hot dog, mess up your burger. I don't know if I need all that.
Yeah, I don't see the point of this.
Yeah.
I don't either. Maybe I don't see it working on a hot dog. I don't see it working on a hamburger, maybe chicken, something like that, but not enough confidence. I don't know about you boys. I'm ruling against this one. I have no business with sweet catch chili.
Yeah, I'm ruling against this one too. I'm out on the catch chili.
It's a clean sweep, boys.
Yeah.
Well, that leads us to our next one. Heinz at it again. This time we've got buffalo sauce and ranch to give you none other than, of course, Buffer Ranch. Because nothing comes off the tongue smoother than Buffer Ranch. Boys, this one makes a little bit more sense. What do you think about buffalo and ranch together for Buffer Ranch sauce? I'm sure it's super healthy for you.
Buffer Ranch sounds like the name of like a explicit farm.
Buffer Ranch I don't know what that sounds like, but buffalo and ranch, I'm here for it. Yeah, give me this, because it's a sauce, and like I think you'll be able to. All I'm thinking about is like I always do like pulled chicken in the crock pot, and you throw this on there in the crock pot like I normally would barbecue sauce or just buffalo. Throw that in there, might be pretty fire. So I'm here for that and gonna try that as soon as I see this in the grocery store.
Yeah, I like buffalo sauce, like buffalo wings. There's like a limit of how spicy I like them to be. So I usually have the ranch by my side anyways. This is perfect. This is the best of both worlds. I am fully in favor of this. I would be tempted to use it a lot, but certainly would try not to because there's no way it's not clogging half of your arteries up, but it sounds wonderful and delicious. Definitely down for Buffalo Ranch.
Yeah, I think to use Dee Dee's words from the Catch Chili, like I wouldn't proactively try Catch Chili, but I probably would be like, oh, they combined those two things that everybody thinks taste good together. I'll try that. So yeah. I'm down with Buffalo Ranch.
Yeah.
Ruling in favor.
Let's go.
We're all ruling in favor for this one?
Oh, yeah. I'm full in favor for this.
All right. So there you have it. An interesting episode of Brunch Court. Catch Chili's a no. Buffalo Ranch is a yes. You went 1 for 2 there, Heinz. Very interesting. But again, always willing to try. Always willing to try. Have either of you boys had Pepsi Mango yet?
I have not, because you can't get it anywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was actively trying to get it this past week. Couldn't find it. So I don't know how many places they put it. Of course.
Let's keep our eyes open.
I was too busy searching for Corona Premiere this week.
There you go.
Pepsi Mango.
Well, let's get into what we're listening to. And right now I'm listening to my in-laws' phone ringing. So, yeah. What are you listening to, Dan?
Oh, what an amazing day this is, boys. I didn't have this on my list to present to you until about 1 o'clock Eastern when the entire Skeleton Clique blew up and we've got brand new 21 Pilots. The boys are back. Holy shit, am I excited. I've got the gear on. I cannot wait. We've got a new album coming out May 21st called Scaled and Icy. There's going to be a live stream performance to go along with it. New story, new colors. If you know anything about 21 Pilots and how they work, super, super, super excited for all of that. Their first single that came out today is called Shy Away. I think most people that are casual fans of 21 Pilots even are going to love this song. It should be on the radio for quite some time. Kind of mixes some, the new style of 21 Pilots with some of that older, just a little bit, some of that. Absolutely in love with this song. So excited for more from the boys. Josh and Tyler are back. 21 Pilots, Shy Away.
Love it. Love it. Chris, what are you listening to?
I've got a couple songs that our playlist sent me to for this week. The first, I've never heard of this artist before. Maybe you guys have, and I don't even really know how to pronounce it. Lisane, like a rapper dude.
Don't know.
Well, I think I stumbled upon this song because we had Upsall. I just came to the party for the drugs. And then this song by Lisane is Don't Do Drugs. So I got both ends of the spectrum here.
Perfect.
But it's a pretty cool song. It's not necessarily new. It's from 2020. But it's got like a punk rock rap feel where there's palm muted guitar in the background and like the pace is pretty quick throughout it. It's not a very long song. But it just it had a lot of those feels of like some of the MGK stuff, some of the Mod Sun stuff that we've had on the playlist so far this year. And I dug it. So I'll put it on this week.
I like it. All right. Well, boys, this week I listened to something that really just basically punched me in the face when I heard it. It's this girl. She's a rapper. I think she's 17. Her name's Payday. And oh my God. I was like, this is the most interesting music I've heard in a while. And I'm not saying it's complicated or complex. She's literally 16 years old. And when you see I want you to listen to the song, and then I want you to look up the video. And when you see what this girl looks like, you'll be like, what the hell is going on? But it's also a really cool thing. So I want you guys to check out the song Big Boy, and then listen to her whole EP. It's just music. It's just I'm obsessed with this girl right now. So Payday, Big Boy, check out her whole EP. She's got 3 smaller EPs, and she's got 1 longer like album, but go down the Payday wormhole when you get a chance.
Interesting. Okay. I like that. Next one up for me is from an alt pop trio out of LA called Twin XL. They had some really good standout singles so far in their short time kind of on the scene, but they just released a song called Slow Heart, and it's super catchy. A great drum beat and synth kind of keep the beat up and keep the song moving, give it the energy that makes it a great song. I really dig the vocals on it. If you are interested in more of their stuff, check out Messy and Good, are also singles that were really popular more so last year. You maybe even have been familiar with or heard on even a commercial. I think one of them was on there as well. So Slow Heart from Twin XL up next for me.
Nice.
Like it.
All right, my next one, Megan Bilo. You guys familiar with this artist?
No.
Just goes by Bilo. The artist, this has Steel City Dan written all over it. Okay.
Love it.
It's spelled Bulow, but like the U has the 2 dots over top
yes.
of it.
I know who this is. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I know who that is. Got it.
Pronounced Bilo. She has a song called First Place, and like her background's I looked her up. Her background's pretty cool. Like she was originally from Germany. She grew up in the UK, but like she was discovered in Canada. She won Breakthrough Artist of the Year in Canada 2 years ago. And it just has a Major Dan vibe. So I liked it. First Place is the song, and I wanted to throw it on the playlist this week.
I like it. Another one that I want to throw on that hit me this week while I was driving. Trackstar by Mooski. This song has been out for a while, and I just don't know where I don't know. I just missed it. I don't know. I'm like, how have I not heard this song? You know, sometimes you hear a song from the genre of music that you like, and you're just like, wait, how did this like miss me? And it did, because I was like, this song's amazing. And yeah, check it out. Mooski, Trackstar. I'm sure a lot of people have heard it. I just have not.
You gotta watch my TikToks, DD. I've used that song like 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding out. Like after I was like, this is a really big song. And I'm like, I don't know how I missed this one. I just skip me. I don't know. But I love this song.
Last one for me is a collaboration from the Knox and Mallrat. The Knox are an electric duo. They create kind of some dancey type of tracks and things like that. They got a lot of great collaborations that they've done, over the past couple of years. And Mallrat she's kind of newer onto the scene. She's a really good indie singer out of Australia. Her song Groceries was pretty popular last year. Really good song of hers if you want to check out some of her work. But they came out with a song together called Are You High? And that's the letter R, the letter U, high. And you may be when you're listening to this song, because it's that good. It kind of lifts you up, puts you in that mood. Got that kind of an EDM alt pop vibe, if you will, kind of blending it all together. Upbeat, synthy, really good. Are You High? The Knox featuring Mallrat.
Nice.
Are You High? Makes me think of Quinn. Am I high right now?
Yeah.
Right now.
Good song.
Great song.
Retro replacement this week, guys. I was thinking about obviously swimming up to an Applebee's this week, so I was in some weird mental space. And like I said, it's been getting warm. For some reason, Akon came back on my radar this week, and That's right. That song, that was a big hit. The first summer home, freshman year of college. Right now, nah, nah, nah. Putting it on the playlist this week. For no real good reason. There never is a good reason, but
Man, you are really in summer mode. My gosh, you are in it.
I didn't get a summer last year, Dee.
Dude, you were in it. I love it. I love it. My last one is a person we talked about during this podcast, Bhad Bhabie. Hi, Bish. Hi, Bish. Which was one of my jams in 2017. And I was like, this song is really good. I know it's by her. And that's why it's like not going to be anything that's huge because people are like, what am I doing? But Bhad Bhabie has some jams, guys. That's all I'm going to say. And multi-talented Bhad Bhabie. Hi, Bish. Hi, Bish. You will be playing this over and over again when you listen to it.
Amazing. Back to back.
Yeah.
Bhad Bhabie, Bad Bunny to wrap out the playlist.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bad Bunny, MIA. Put that on the playlist, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing. Chris is thrilled. Can't wait to hear it.
I just don't whatever. We've gone over it.
Yeah. Chris, I'm just going to need you to, in
Your
your next...
use of the word multi-talented made me really upset. That's what made me mad.
Listen, get your views up on TikTok and use Hi Bish this week.
Speechless.
Well, boys, that's another brunch breakdown. Dan, you are getting out of here. We're all getting out of here because you got to help people buy houses. And that's one of the things that you do for everyone so well, Dan.
That's right.
Love it. Well, have fun doing that. And we will talk to you all next week on the brunch breakdown. Peace.